Hey guys, thank you so much for checking out my video today. I really appreciate you watching and I would love it if you would subscribe down below. I make new videos pretty much every week about Poshmark and thrifting. Those are two of my biggest, well, I guess not biggest, but they're two of my most favorite hobbies, and I just recently got into Poshmark. I've been thrifting my whole life though, so it's always been a big passion of mine. And yeah, that's kind of what my channel is about, and that's the kind of content that I am creating on my channel. So definitely check out my Poshmark and Instagram as well for more content over on there. My Instagram is at THRIFTYBAILEY, and it's the same as my Poshmark closet, which is also at THRIFTYBAILEY. So yeah, shameless self-promotion. Okay, but so today's video I'm really excited about because it's a little bit different than videos that I've filmed in the past. I'm going to be sharing my 10 tips and tricks for thrifting. These are just tips and I guess things that have worked for me throughout my thrifting journey, if that's what you want to call it. Long story short, I have literally been going to Goodwill and thrift stores since I was little with my grandma, and now my mom and I go all the time. And I just wanted to kind of compile my list of my biggest thrifting tips because even just talking with my friends and other family members, they all were really interested in how I thrift shop, and they are all, a lot of them are really like surprised and shocked at what I can find at Goodwill, which is where I do almost all of my thrifting. There are a couple other like local thrift stores where I live. I live in central Indiana, outside of Indianapolis. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to be talking about Goodwill because I know that that's like a national chain and kind of all throughout the US. But I wanted to do a disclaimer that I know that even though it is like all one company, I know that the Goodwills can vary from location to location on their different sales and whatnot. So some of these might be kind of more specific to my area, but I thought that I would still go ahead and share them. Let's just get on into the video then. So, and also these are not in any particular order. They're just kind of all random. The first tip that I have might be a little controversial. Shop at a Goodwill that is in a more affluent area, and that's because the people that live around there are more affluent, they have more money, and they will donate nicer, more high quality items. And that's not always true. I mean, I know that Goodwills, they have like distribution trucks that come around and donate things and take things from like other stores or other locations, so it's not all just from the people that live around there. Like, I get that, but for the most part, it's been my experience that if I go to a Goodwill that's in a more affluent area, they have better, nicer things. And take that as you will. I'm not trying to like come off as I don't know, like a brat or something, or like I'm taking away from those that are actually shopping at Goodwill for the discounted prices. That's like not my intention at all, but that's just kind of where I have found some of my like best thrift finds. So maybe that will work for you. I know that there are 3 Goodwills in the area that I live in that I go to because they are like some of the nicest that I found. They're in really nice areas, and that's just like kind of something to keep in mind, is like the location of the Goodwill that you're shopping at. But I do want to just put that disclaimer out there that that might not always be the case. Okay, my second tip for thrifting is to go regularly. I try to go thrifting every week, usually on Wednesdays when it's 50% off, or no, not 50% off. I go on Wednesdays when it's 30% off for the senior discount. Shout out to my mom, she gets me the senior discount. Or I'll try to go on the first Saturday of every month because that's 50% off day at my local Goodwills. Not sure if it's like that everywhere else. But yeah, you have to go regularly because I'm not really sure, and comment down below if you work at Goodwill or you know someone that works there and you know like their schedule for putting items out on the floor. But I still haven't like figured out how my Goodwill does that. I think it just might depend on the day, the people working there, because it doesn't seem like there's a regular schedule for when they put things out. But that's how you'll find the best things, is because if you go regularly, you're always kind of going when there's something new, and You never know. You might go on one Wednesday and there's nothing that's like catching your eye, nothing that they've put out that's new, and then you can go the next week on Wednesday and maybe their schedule is having their employees put out all the new stuff that Wednesday when you're going. So it kind of just depends, like it just really depends on when you go, and the more often you go, the more often you'll see them putting out new and like better stuff that's like new and not picked over, if that makes sense. So that's the second tip, is to go regularly and set like a thrifting schedule almost. Number 3 is to go in with an open mind. And I say this because even when I first started like really getting into thrifting, I would go and as I'm like driving up, I'd be like, oh my gosh, you know, I have a good feeling about this. Like I'm gonna find all the best stuff, blah, blah, blah. Well, and then I'd go in and I'd find absolutely nothing. So that was like really discouraging to me because I just like had pumped myself up and was like in that mindset that I was gonna find something. But if you go in with just an open mind and don't set any expectations, because you never know how it's gonna go. And that's also like, that's just one of the big reasons why I love thrifting, is because like you really never know. It's always like kind of a gamble, and that's what makes it exciting, is like I'm always like on the hunt and trying to find the best thing. But anyways, yeah, just go in with an open mind. Don't expect anything, and don't like hype yourself up that you're gonna find the best items, because you just never know. Fourth tip I have for thrifting is to, when you're actually at the store thrifting, and this kind of goes along with it, but always make sure you get a cart. Second is, when you're shopping, if you see something that you think you might like sometimes you see something and you're kind of like on the fence about it, you kind of have to think about it a little bit. I have found that it's best to just put it in your cart and think on it. And then if you end up not wanting that item, just put it back where you found it, take it out of your cart. Because this has happened to me where I've seen something and I'm like, oh, I don't know, I don't really need it, but it's really cool. Should I get it? Should I not? And I just leave it there, and then it's gone like when I make my second trip around the store. So it doesn't hurt to just put it in your cart and then put it back when you're done if you end up changing your mind. Okay, my 5th tip for thrifting is to sign up for the Goodwill rewards, or if your local consignment store or thrift store has a rewards program, sign up for it. It's usually free, and it gets you I mean, you can sign up for their emails, they'll send you coupons, kind of a no-brainer. It saves you money, even more money than you're already saving by shopping at the thrift store. My 6th tip for thrifting, that's like a tongue twister. My 6th tip for thrifting is to go with enough time to really look. I found that it's really hard to thrift when you're on like a time frame, because you just, like I said, you just never know like what all is going to be there, and you might have to look longer than other times. And if I only have like an hour to shop, then I'm going to feel like kind of pressured, and it makes me feel like I don't have enough time to look at everything that I need to look at. So definitely go when you're not on a time frame. You have all the time in the world to just like stroll along and look. It's almost like therapeutic to me to just walk through the aisles and look and really like look at things in detail. Comment down below if you're like that. Hopefully I'm not alone. That sounds really pathetic, but it's true. Like, it makes me happy just having all the time in the world to shop and look and make sure that I see every little thing there and that I'm not missing anything. This is kind of just like a bonus tip that I'm throwing in here. Make sure that you do at least, like my mom and I call them laps, like do 2 laps around the store, because especially in like the homeware section, I don't know about you guys, but my Goodwill, at least the one that I go to a lot, is like just stacked with things, and it's really hard to see everything that the first time you go through. And then sometimes like there's people in the way or a cart in the way and you can't really get a good look at it. So definitely make, like, my mom and I usually make like 2 or 3 trips around when we're going shopping, so that way you don't miss anything that you would have the first time you went through. Okay, my 7th tip for thrifting is to go on their like special day. So I mentioned this earlier. The first Saturday of every month is 50% off day, and it's kind of crazy and overwhelming, and I really don't do well with lines, so I don't really go a lot on the Saturday unless I'm like really in the mood for it. But it makes up for it because every single Wednesday my Goodwill offers senior discount, which is 30% off, and I go with my mom and she gets me the senior discount. So if you know someone like a grandma or grandpa that's, I think the age limit is 55 or older, I'm not sure on that, but definitely take them up on that and see if they can get you the discount. And I know some other Goodwills do like other promotional days. Those are really the only two that my Goodwill offers, but check out your Goodwill and make sure that you're not missing those days because it will save you additional money. Okay, my 8th thrifting tip is to go with a friend. I usually go with my mom, or sometimes I'll go with a few of my friends before, and it just kind of helps, like, it's almost like you have two sets of eyes on things. So like my mom and I will kind of split up when we go in, and she'll look at one section and I'll look at another, and if she sees something that she thinks I'll like, she'll put it in her cart, or if I see something that I think my mom will like, I'll put it in my cart. So it kind of just helps, and like, you know, your friends and your mom, like they know your style, and it just is like another set of eyes on things. Okay, my 9th tip, and this is another one that kind of needs a disclaimer because I don't know if this is just near the Goodwills that I live at, but okay, so two of the major Goodwills that I go to in my area are conveniently located next to a Target. And I've noticed multiple times that these Goodwills will get donations of discounted or clearanced Target items at their Goodwill location. And I don't know if Target has like a partnership with Goodwill and they just donate everything that doesn't sell in their clearance sales, but I have gotten some really awesome things from Target at my Goodwill because they are located right next to a Target. So definitely check that out next time you're thrifting. See if there are any Goodwills near a Target in your area and see if you can find like any of their clearance or discounted items there. That's just something that I found in the past and that I kind of wanted to share. Okay, so my 10th and final tip for thrifting is to kind of narrow down what Goodwill in your area has the best items. So like, for example, I know that the 3 Goodwills that are in my area, I know which one usually always has the best clothes. There's one that always has the best home decor, and then there's one that has the best books. And I have no idea why that is. I don't think there's like an explanation for it, but I've noticed that like the Goodwill that has the best home decor, it's like a huge home decor section. Whereas like compared to another Goodwill that's in my area, their home decor section is like very small and just isn't really well stocked. So like I know if I'm looking for a vase or like a candle or something, I'll go hit up the Goodwill that has the best home decor. But if I'm looking for like books or if I'm looking for clothes, then I'll go to like the other Goodwills. So that's just something to keep in mind. I'm really lucky in that I have 3 amazing Goodwill locations near me. So that might not be an option for you. You might just have like one option. But if you're lucky like me and you have multiple locations, definitely try to scope out which one has the best items, because I think that you'll see like a pattern. Okay, so that wraps up the 10 tips that I wanted to share with you guys about thrifting. I really hope that this will help you out and kind of give you a better thrifting experience, if you will. Leave me a comment down below if you like try out any of these tips or tricks and if they work for you. And also, I would love it if you let me know what tips or tricks you have for me that I didn't mention in this video, because I know that there are way more that I'm just not covering, and I would love to know if you have like any insider scoop on anything like that. Definitely leave me a comment below and I will respond back. So thank you so much for watching this video. Like I mentioned earlier, would love it if you would subscribe and definitely check back for new videos on thrifting. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.